Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you today about landlord licensing because I noticed Newham Council are now on about how landlords are not paying the taxes, and they've got 40,000 landlords registered on their licensing scheme. That's at £500 a pop, by the way, so that's an extra 2 million quid. Is that right? 500 quid times 40,000, was it 20 million pounds? I think I'm way off on my numbers. It's a lot of money anyway, and all you get in return is like this piece of paper. And that piece of paper, it doesn't do anything, doesn't reduce crime, it doesn't stop rogue tenants trashing your property, it doesn't do any of those things. All it does is generates cash for the council to spend on, I don't know, cups of coffee, holidays abroad, that sort of thing, you know. So needless to say, I'm not overly impressed with the licensing scheme. We had one in Leeds, and when I phoned up the council and I said, you know, my single mum with two children, that's going to push her rent up 50 quid a month because it's 500 quid. I'm going to claim it back off them, because why should I be out of pocket because they want to charge a licensing fee. So I'm going to have to pass it on. And you know what they said to me? They said, you know what, that's actually what we want. We don't want that kind of people in that area. I'm like, what? You don't want single mums with two kids in that particular area? No, we want to move them out. Is that not social cleansing? Like, I wish I'd have recorded it. I wish I'd have recorded that call, and I didn't, and I really regret not doing that. I sent it off to Yorkshire Post or whatever, but it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The licensing scheme for landlords, all it does is push rents up, generates income for the local council. It doesn't do anything else, doesn't drop crime rates, doesn't stop bad tenants. It's like the usual sort of thing of using a sledgehammer to crack a walnut, and it just doesn't work. It just affects all those other good landlords doing really well and trying their best and taking their money that they can no longer afford to put into repairs and so on. How's that supposed to benefit tenants? Well, it just doesn't, does it? So if you are at threat of being licensed, you need to write to your local council and just explain to them that no, this is rubbish, it doesn't help anybody, and ask them to explain clearly how it helps. They'll give their usual feedback on, oh well, stop rogue landlords. How exactly does it stop rogue landlords? It just doesn't, does it? It just doesn't. It's just an opportunity to generate income. It's like speed cameras. I got hit doing 36 in a 30 zone in the middle of nowhere. It's like I was going up a hill and there's a camera in a van hidden. No signs or anything. Bang, 36 in a 30 zone. Wow, like, take me away, officer. It's just crazy, just revenue. But this is the world in which we find ourselves in. You know, the council's going to do anything and everything that they can to generate revenue, and you don't want to be caught out by that. So look, I think licensing is going to come through in the next couple of years. I think it'll be a blanket thing. All councils will do it. And it's all about raising revenue, because once they realise they can raise a lot of revenue doing this, that's exactly what we're going to do. So if that is the case, you know, like for me, with all the properties we've got, we're talking tens and tens of thousands of pounds here in one go like that, as soon as it comes in, and if not, we get fined even more. So you've got to be really careful with it. So if I were you, I would start saving up a buffer for licensing, because I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we're in 2017 now, in the next 3 to 5 years, and we'll find out, by the way, in the next 3 to 5 years, and you can look back at this video and go, you were wrong, or oh my gosh, you were right. But I reckon in the next 3 to 5 years we'll have licensing up and down the country. So you need to start saving up for that, just in case. Just have a 500 quid buffer put away for each property that you own, and if it never comes in, great, you've got a buffer set aside for any emergencies or whatever, nice holiday, whatever. But just keep that aside, and if you do spend it on something, build it back up so that you're not going to get caught out. You know, if you've got 10 properties, 500 quid, that's £5,000 in one go. If you've got 100 properties, that's 50 grand. Where are you going to find 50 grand from? So it's going to cause massive problems for landlords, and it's going to cause yet more tenants in difficulty, because rents will go up again, just for a change. So that's my take on licensing. You just need to be aware that it's going to come through and just plan for that should it happen. Alright, I hope that's useful for you. Speak to you on the next one. Take care.